this is going to be a love reading for the sign of Pisces. Today, in the interest of saving time, I shuffled and meditated on the cards ahead of time. So we're going to just be drawing some cards now for Pisces. Whoever it is that you're thinking about as you're watching this reading, what is going on with your person? This is sort of in their hopes and desires. I'm just going to get a few more cards for Pisces. So Pisces, your person, I feel like this is a person, Pisces, who somehow it's like they have a desire for you to chase them. They have a desire to be in control of the situation. They might be a little bit rigid, like they might be showing up and kind of wanting you to do things their way. Yeah, so Emperor can just be, he can just be kind of, I don't know, like in the mode of like wanting to be this sort of dominant one in the connection. He likes being pursued. So this might be someone who doesn't always reach out to you first and expects you to reach out first. It's like, this is a pride and ego thing. Right? So your person's pride and ego might just have them like in a desire for you to show up for them and show them how special they are. But I would say, like, when someone's showing up like this, remember that you need to feel special too. This person does have a desire for harmony here. They do have a desire to have this couple up. You know, it's like they want to experience this with you. This is a whole 10 of cups. And this is like two people very sweetly holding each other and watching little children play. And so to me, this is like a very sweet little family scene. So what, you know, the desire, that's what's going on as far as desire on your person's part. I feel like your person like has a desire to love, yeah, but I feel like they might be a person who's a little bit afraid of like super expressive, messy love. It's like, it's almost like they want things to be balanced. It's almost like this Emperor doesn't want things to be out of control as far as emotions. It's like they want to feel the love, but they don't want it to be like overflowing out of the cracks, if that makes sense. It could be that intensity of love kind of scares this person. Yeah. In your person's fears, I'm wondering if your person doesn't look at you and see you as like sort of so self-sufficient that they might be a little bit intimidated by that. That might be why they want you to sort of come down and come to them off of your sort of empressy vibe. I feel like they kind of see you as like really empowered and like that you're probably okay whether you're in this thing or you're not, and that's probably intimidating to someone who has a lot of pride and ego. So there's that. I'm wondering why the Ace of Pentacles is here in the fears. This person has a lot of internal conflict. They have a lot of like sort of almost self-sabotaging energy. They might be afraid that they're going to screw up this new beginning with you, because this is in the fears. Yeah, it's like this Five of Wands, there's no other real way to, well, sometimes there's other ways to interpret it, but this is like a very self-sabotaging thing. Like they may have fears that they will mess this up, because this is like an abundant new beginning with roots. And you know, maybe historically this is a person who has let their pride and ego screw up good connections. Because I feel like there's a lot of desire here to love. Like there's a lot of feelings of love here. But there's this stupid pride and ego in the way, and that might, you know, might be something that your person is becoming aware of, that like that kind of ruins things for them sometimes. Yeah, so, and Seven of Wands, let's just look at why Seven of Wands is here. I'm pretty clear on this Nine of Pentacles. I think they just see you as, I feel like this person sees you, like they have a lot of respect for you. They see you as someone who is like just, has everything going for you that you need. And I just think that that's intimidating. I think that's intimidating for someone like this. Guys who are guys and girls, it's not gender specific. People who show up in pride and ego mode sometimes navigate better with people who aren't that confident. Like that's a little easier for them to manipulate. So this person might just be afraid that they're going to screw this up because of like how it's almost like you're coming in such a well-balanced way that this person almost might have a feeling that they're not good enough somehow for you, if that makes sense. Why is Seven of Wands here? This is like a card of perseverance sometimes. So I almost feel like this person almost has like a like a fear that they won't make it because they know that they have work to do. Like Emperor, and sometimes Emperor has got some work to do in terms of developing. Yeah, see, they just don't know. They don't know if they can persevere. They're trying to figure it out. Because they've got this listen, person has Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles in their fears. They're afraid that they're gonna screw this up. So it's almost like they're just sitting back and letting you come to them and seeing if like you're gonna show up, if you're gonna text, if you're gonna call, if you're gonna pay attention to them. Almost like they're in fear that if they move forward and like uncover themselves and let down their pride and let down their ego, that they somehow will like almost not be good enough, if that makes sense. I know this is an interesting reading, but that's what's tapping in. I feel like this person, they still need to get to know more about themselves, but they don't know if they will be able to like show up and fight for this because of how you show up, because you're showing up in your strength, and that's like it's causing this person to doubt themselves, but they're not showing it to you. They're not coming across like a person who is worried about who they are. But just remember this, when someone shows up in a lot of pride and ego, it's covering up a lot of fear. It's covering up insecurity. So what's behind this, Emperor, is like a lack of security. So it's almost like this person puts on a mask to show up like, I'm good, I'm okay, I don't need anybody, like I don't chase anybody, right? But underneath what's going on is they really just want you to validate them and show them that they're lovable, and so they have that like duality happening that makes them they may just be becoming aware that like that might sabotage this beautiful new beginning, because an Ace of Cups is a potential for the most loving new beginning, and Ace of Pentacles is a potential. It's like they can see that this connection has so much potential to be full of love and have roots and be stable and secure, and so it's like I just think that they're afraid that they'll screw it up. So they may just be hanging back in that Emperor mode. Hopefully this makes sense. Listen, this will not resonate with every Pisces out there. It can't possibly. It's a general reading, but that is what's coming in for someone. So we're just going to look at what's coming up in the mutual connection. And again, I've already shuffled the cards and meditated on them before I started recording for both of these decks. So just in the interest of saving time, so you don't have to sit and watch me shuffle 1,000 times. And we'll see how that goes. With Judgment here, it's interesting. Okay. I feel like your person is feeling the pull to like step into their higher self. They're feeling the calling to like step out of their pride and ego and take a leap into this, because it's like the Fool is leaping without fear, and the Knight of Swords is just taking off like at a fast pace and charging right towards what he wants. And this can be a little impulsive, but this is not sitting in pride and ego. This is different. This is different energy. So I just feel like, let's get a few more cards. So this is what's coming up in the mutual energy in the near future, which could be up to the next few months. And this is for Pisces. Yeah, wow. What a shift. What a shift. What a shift. Okay, why is Seven of Swords here? Why are you showing up, funky bunch of guy, with your funky bunch of swords? Okay, where is this going? Where is this going? Okay, so, oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So this is like, there's like something else at play here. It's like, remember in the last read where I said your person, might be realizing that they sabotage things out of pride and ego. Judgment is almost here, like, to say that yes, this person is realizing they're being like called into a higher version of themselves, where then there's like this ability to kind of let go of fear and move right towards this with some clarity. And this is a space where there's a recovery, there's a getting better, and this is in the mutual energy too. So, you know, it could be Pisces, that because you're like in this sort of empowered like place, that it might be sort of calling your person into a more empowered place. And sometimes energetically, that's the way that things work. Sometimes when we have a deep soul connection with someone, sometimes that person evolving calls our spirit to evolve. And so, but this is definitely here to say that this is like a soul calling to this person to like level up, if that makes sense. Let go of fear. There will be a letting go of fear and a diving into this, and there will be fast forward momentum on this. I would say be a little bit mindful of impulsive energy. You know, just make sure that everybody's making grounded decisions based on like information that is known, because sometimes this fast movement and impulsive movement can like lead to not great outcomes. So just make sure that everybody's sort of navigating from a little bit of a calmer place than just like rushing headfirst into things. But this is a nice balance to this Four of Swords. This is like a rest So it's like a restful period. It might be that this connection will be very healing to this person who's showing up in pride and ego. And just try to remember that when someone's showing up in pride and ego, what's going on underneath is a lot of fear, and there's a lot of wounding there. So this might be this letting go and sort of leveling up. And Pisces, I know that you're like a really open soul, and sometimes your personality can nurture people and sort of help them to come to a healing place. So this may just be, you know, it's like you really know how to nurture and love people. And this might be something that this person is not really used to. They may not have encountered a really empowered person before who knows how to be empowered, nurture, and love. So anyway, I have a feeling that this will be a healing connection, but I also have a feeling that this person leveling up will be very healing for you. And then that moves right into the Three of Wands, which is like showing up at the edge. And it's right under the Fool. And honestly, for me, these two cards almost mirror each other. It's like the Fool is sort of leaping, right? And this is somebody who's come to the edge and is ready to leap. This is out of the planning phase and into movement. This is into being on the precipice of diving into things. So I love this card. And there's passion here. There's wands here. There's a lot of passion here. And what's he diving into? Wish fulfillment. Got a Nine of Cups here. There is wish fulfillment. So this is beautiful, but there is this other aspect kind of happening that you're going to have to be mindful of. There's still going to be a tendency to have a bit of an inability to make decisions, and a bit of worry and being stuck in the head. Somebody here is really stuck in their head, and somebody here is not always able to open up and communicate about what it is that they're feeling. And so coming out of an Emperor mode could be really difficult for your person, but also it could cause you some difficulty and worry. Sort of being on the road to like watching and waiting for someone to step out of that. So I don't know. It's like this doesn't just all magically fall away. There still will be like residual in the near future of stuff to deal with. This person, you know, may still have a tendency to not be able to put things on the table and really talk about them in an effective way. And they may still sort of get stuck in that insecurity and worry, which in turn may cause you to get stuck in that worry. But you do have a Four of Wands falling right on top of this. So this could signify that, you know, this connection will be able to help both of you kind of heal and feel okay. But I'm going to say this. I don't suggest waiting on people who want you to chase and want you to show up the way that they want you to show up. So just make sure that if you're engaging, this is your choice, Pisces, but if you're going to engage in this connection, you want to make sure that you see appropriate movement. Right? And you don't want to get stuck in anything that puts you in your head like this, where you can't sleep at night or where somebody can't dialogue and communicate, but you do have balance. You do have a Four of Wands kind of coming in to balance this out. And this is a harmonious union coming in to balance these things out. So I would say this is just like a situation to be mindful of how it's moving and how it's developing and how this person is moving. And if they are like having that flexibility to open up and let down their ego and dive in and dive off and like, you know, stop worrying about fears, like fear of outcome and stuff like that, right? Like just make sure that you see the movement that you need to see, but there is like beautiful potential here. But there's still like stuff under the surface. And I guess that would be to be expected, right? With a person like this. So only you know if you can stay in there with both feet. But I would say make sure that you're doing your self-care. Make sure that you're stay in your Nine of Pentacles energy, you know, stay in your empowerment, stay in that strength that you were in when you met this person, and avoid letting yourself get into this sort of in your head, sitting in the bed, not being able to sleep, worry. When this type of energy comes up in regard to this person, make sure that you stop and do your self-care and get grounded and do, you know, meditate, go walk by the shore, do whatever it is that you need to do, go hang out with your friends, do whatever it is that you need to do to stay balanced, and take care of yourself so that you're able to like meet this in the middle and make sound decisions, instead of impulsive ones, right? So I would just say be mindful. With Emperor here, this person has some work to do, but to me it looks like that there's potential here. Judgment is here, calling this person into their higher self. But there's still, you know, there's still stuff here left under the surface. So, you know, just be mindful of that as you navigate through this connection. And but again, you've got a whole Nine of Cups here and Four of Wands, and so there's a lot of beauty here too, a lot of potential for beauty, and I think this person has ability to grow. But you'll just have to observe and see, and not let yourself get too tangled up and enmeshed in what's going on for them. I would say if you can observe more and not get entwined as much, that would probably be beneficial with a person like this, so that you can kind of watch for like, is this person showing up for you in the way that you want them to, you know? But you know, in the mutual energy, you have Fool, you have Three of Wands, you have Nine of Cups, you have Four of Wands. So but again, there's stuff under the surface. So it'll be interesting to watch how this plays out in progressive readings, Pisces. Anyway, that's your reading. Hopefully this resonated with you. If it didn't, feel free to watch your sun, moon, and rising. You might find more information there. And if it did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It does help me grow the channel. And thank you so much for coming out and receiving this reading today. All right, take care, Pisces.